Hello everyone and welcome to Autodesk PowerMill. So we have already started the module number 2, which is all about the 2D toolpath and machining strategies, and what we have covered in the previous video is all about the face milling operation. So in the next we are going to cover the 2D curve area clearance. So let's get started. So here we have the Autodesk PowerMill is open, and what we need is we need to create a 2D geometry for 2D curve area clearance, okay? So for this purpose, we need to create a geometry, or we can import a geometry from the other softwares like Autodesk, AutoCAD or SolidWorks, PowerShape, CAD. All these softwares you can need to import the geometry from that, or you can create simple 2D geometries using the pattern command. Okay, so click on the pattern and click here create pattern, and go to curve editor named as what I'm going to do is I'm just name this, or we can change the name in further. Let's go to curve editor and go to rectangle and test. So what I did is just I create a rectangle over here, click OK, accept it, or you can double click to edit this. Okay, so like this, or you can change all these settings what you want. Let's say that I'm going to create another rectangle. This is what we have, and just select this, and I'm going to delete this. Okay, so we have a pattern here, and it's a number 1 pattern. Just right click and rename it 2D curve area clearance. Okay, so we named the pattern as 2D curve area clearance. It's a very simple. You can define your line size and width, all these setups by later. But just give you an example how we can create a 2D pattern here. So as you know that Autodesk PowerMill is not a CAD tool, it's a CAM tool. So, but in this tool you can add simple 2D curves and geometries by using the pattern command and boundary command. So let's go to real thing which we are going to study right now is the toolpath, or what toolpath we are going to cover is we are going to cover the 2D curve area clearance path. Okay, just click on the toolpath, and here we have the 2D curve area clearance. So this toolpath comes in the curve machining area. Okay, just click on this. Okay, and what I'm going to say that I'm going to write it 2D curve area clearance. So within that area we are going to remove all type of materials. So this is what we call the 2D curve area clearance. So this is a 2D curve, and within this region we are going to remove all materials, or we can say that within this region the outside of the material will be removed. Okay, so this is done in the 2D curve area clearance. It's a simple operation. Just go to Workplane. We don't need to create a Workplane because we have defined it by the PowerMill Autodesk. Okay, just go to block and set the blocks. Okay, so what I say that I'm going to set the block according to the type. So what type is, we have an active pattern. Okay, so calculate it. So it automatically calculates the active pattern, say that the active pattern is in a size of 166.2 or something, or in Y direction we have 96, and in Z direction we don't have any thickness because it's a 2D. So what I'm going to say that I'm going to set it 200 millimeters in extraction. In Y direction we have 150, and in Z direction we say that it's a 50 millimeter, and set it at 50 millimeters, 25 millimeter in the top, we say that 0 millimeter on the top, and in Z direction, minus direction, we have 50 millimeters, just like what we did in the last video. Go to tools and set the tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a tool with a radius of with a dia of 10 millimeters. So I'm going to select end mill tool. This is an end mill tool, and I'm going to set it. Say that this is a flat end mill with a dia of 20 millimeters. Say that it's a 10 millimeter dia and its length is 100 millimeters. So tool number 1 with 4 fluids. Okay. The next option is machine. We don't need to set the machine. If you have a boundary, you can set a boundary, but we don't need to create any boundary. Just go to curve area clearance option, and you have to define your curve. So we have a curve here which is named as 2D curve area clearance, and you see that this is a green area. This green area shows that the cutting tool will be remove the material from this outside of the curve. Okay, so you have to define the area which you want to remove. So what I am going to say that I want to remove the material inside this curve. So just go and click on this modify machinable section, and you see that here we have defined the tool, the start position, and the direction where it goes. So tool is outside the boundary. Just go and click on the reverse side. It will definitely go inside side. This color is green, and this defines that the cutting tool will work inside of this boundary. Okay. Or if you want to set the climb milling direction or conventional direction, it will be defined by this. Or in any direction, it will automatically set it by default. So we say that we are going to set the conventional milling operation. Click accept. Okay. So next thing is lower limit. You have to define what is the depth of this pocket or this curve area. You have to define the Z direction. So how much amount or maximum amount you want to remove from this pocket area. So what I say that I'm going to set it minus 10 millimeter. So it shows that minus 10 millimeter will be removed from this area. And what will be the style of cutting this area is the raster or the offset. Offset means it will follow this curve and move that material, or in vertex command. So the best way is to set it raster or offset way. So I'm going to set it raster. I have set it the tolerance, or we can say that tool path accuracy is 0.01 millimeter. Direction is climb milling. Curve thickness is 0, and the step over is 10 millimeter. So the cutting tool diameter is 10 millimeter, and we have already set the 10 millimeter of or step over. So set it defined as 50 millimeter. So the 50 millimeter of 10 millimeter is 5. Okay. Just go to next option, which is cut distance. You have to define the stock, that how much you have stock in limits. Okay. So my stock is 2 millimeter. So no, I don't need 2 millimeter stock because the depth of the stock is 20 millimeters. So set it at 20 millimeters. You have to define the step down, that how much amount of cutting tool will take down the cutting tool in the workpiece and cut the material. So it shows that in vertical position, it will take 2 mm step to cut down the material. So total step down will be 10 because 2 into 10 is equal to 20 mm. So it will take 2 mm down and cut down the material, and every time it will take 2, and total depth we required is the 20 mm. The horizontal step over is 5 mm. As you know that we have set in the step over is 5 mm for this case, so we have defined it 5 mm. Just don't need to change other settings. Go to rapid moves. We have defined the toolpath work area as a by default setting. Click on calculate area and we have to set the speeds. So we have defined the cutting speed 25, feed 1500 mm, plunge 150, and skim feed is this. Just click on the calculate to get your desired results. Shows that the plunge moves into stock visit at the start of the some toolpath segments. Just ignore this warning and click OK. So what you see over here is the cutting toolpath is created, and it will take 2 mm step down to remove the material. Okay. So just click on this front and see this. So what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps to remove that material. So let's go and check out how it looks like. So go to simulation and click on the entity. So we have the 2D curve area clearance. It automatically selects the tool, and let's click to play your simulation. So this is how it moves the material from the surface of this area. So this highlighted area, this yellow orange profile, shows that the cutting tool will be work inside of this area. So it has taken the next step of 2 mm and going down. So next is what we are going to do is we are going to change the cutting style area. Just go to toolpath, right click and go to setting and change the setting from raster to offset. Click calculate, OK, and close. And see how the cutting tool will be work on this offset area clearance, 2D offset area clearance. So I think that this type of cutting tool strategy is far better than the raster one. Why? Because we have limited tool motions or extra motions we can say that. Okay. So next thing what we are going to do is we're going to change the settings and set how it looks like if we select the vertex. Click calculate and click OK. So let's see how it looks like. So this is how the vertex operation is working. So in my opinion, the offset setting or offset style is far better than all other settings. Okay. So I'm going to set it offset. Click calculate Ignore the warning and OK. Just go to View Mill Setting, click on this and go to Toolpath, select your toolpath and play it. So this is, as you know, that how this is how it looks like. And just create a pocket inside this block. So this is what we say, that this is simple way to create a pocket using the 2D curve area clearance. And for that purpose, you need to create a 2D geometry using the pattern command or boundary command. Okay. So I hope you understand how we can create a 2D curve area clearance, and this is how it works. Okay. And this simulation shows that the offset area 2D area clearance is far better than the raster one, and we get the results. As you see that we have very limited moves and rapid moves here, and the toolpath looks like organized way. So that's it for the 2D curve area clearance. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much.